Welcome to the English listening test. Before you begin, please watch the reference video. You can find the link in the description below. Question 1. According to the video, the most massive tree on Earth weighs approximately 2,000 tons. What famous animal is used to illustrate how heavy this is? A. African elephants. B. Blue whales. C. Sperm whales. D. Humpback whales. Time to think. The correct answer is B. The video states the most massive tree weighs almost 2,000 tons, which is as much as 10 blue whales. Question 2. The video says trees grow by eating thin air. What percentage of the atmosphere is CO2, according to the video? A. About 4%. B. About 0.4%. C. About 0.04%. D. About 0.004%. Time to think. The correct answer is C. The video states that the atmosphere is only about 0.04% CO2, which equals 425 CO2 molecules per million molecules in the air. Question 3. Each day, an adult tree pulls up dozens of liters of water from its roots to its leaves. What happens to approximately 95% of that water? A. It is used as a raw material in photosynthesis to make glucose. B. It is stored in the trunk for dry seasons. C. It is sweated out through tiny mouths called stomata. D. It is transported back down to the roots through veins. Time to think. The correct answer is C. The video explains that about 95% of the water pulled up by a tree is sweated out through hundreds of billions of tiny stomata, which helps cool the leaf factories and creates an invisible mist around the tree. Question 4. According to the video, photosynthesis uses sunlight energy to split water molecules. What happens to the oxygen produced during this process? A. It is stored in the trunk and used only during the day. B. It is all released into the atmosphere for other living things. C. It is ejected, but trees also reabsorb some of it for cellular respiration. D. It is immediately used to produce more glucose. Time to think. The correct answer is C. The video explains that oxygen is ejected during photosynthesis, but trees also need oxygen for cellular respiration, burning glucose for energy. Trees reabsorb some of the oxygen they produce, and almost all the rest is used by nearby microbes and other living things. Question 5. The video explains that tree roots formed a trade alliance with fungi millions of years ago. What do trees provide to fungi in this partnership? A. Water absorbed from deep underground. B. Oxygen produced during photosynthesis. C. Sugars produced in the tree crowns. D. Minerals extracted from rocks. Time to think. The correct answer is C. The video states that trees provide a cut of the sugars they produce far up in the sky, while fungi collect and give them nutrients and water in return. This trade alliance formed hundreds of millions of years ago. Question 6. To obtain a single ton of carbon, how much air must a tree process, according to the video? A. 6,000 tons, or about 500,000 cubic meters. B. 6,000 tons, or about 5 million cubic meters. C. 60,000 tons, or about 5 billion cubic meters. D. 600 tons, or about 50,000 cubic meters. Time to think. The correct answer is B. The video specifies that to get a single ton of carbon, a tree has to process 6,000 tons, or 5 million cubic meters of air, because CO2 makes up only 0.04%, 425 molecules per million, of the atmosphere. Question 7. The video describes a fascinating way that tree roots break solid rock to access locked-away nutrients. Which sequence correctly describes this process? A. Roots release acids first then grow into cracks then swell with water to break rock. B. Roots grow into fine cracks fill with water and swell like hydraulic jacks release acids that dissolve nutrients. C. Roots use electrical pulses send signals to root caps command cells to dissolve rock chemically. D. Fungi partners infiltrate rock create pathways for roots absorb dissolved minerals. Time to think. The correct answer is B. The video explains that roots evolve to move into the finest cracks, then fill with water and swell like tiny hydraulic jacks, creating enough pressure to break even the hardest rock. Next, they release acids that seep into fractures and dissolve the bonds holding nutrients in place, which are then grabbed by claw-like molecules. That's all for today's test. Comment your score below and subscribe for daily listening tests.